The latest news with the SEC versus Ripple appeal, along with massive outflows in the BTC and ETH markets. What are the odds that we're going to get a 50 basis point cut versus 25? And of course, XRP price action at the end. And I'm sorry if this video is going to be a little PG-13 today, but the wife wore me out last night. And I lied, because there's a language warning for this video, because some people are just fucking retarded. Cardano crypto whales dump after the Chang hard fork. I told you about that. I told you Cardano 88 wasn't going to do shit, but you know the deal. Your comments come first. Drop me something hot, something spicy. Maybe I'll share it in the next video. Trucker Trash says it's not cheating. It's an open relationship. Speaking of open relationship, are you getting into Ripple private shares, or are you going to stick with XRP? Regilio says bears on the campsite, bears in your car, bears on your screen. No wonder you're feeling a little bearish, bro. Well done with the jokes. Yeah, the market is looking a little bearish. We're going to talk about Fed rates, and we're also going to talk about why the market is getting bearish, and it has to do with some wonky jobs reports. Lars Salmo says, that's why I sold all my XRP and bought Ripple shares. Yeah, it appears that a lot of the news in regards to Ripple is benefiting Ripple, but not XRP holders. But let's get into the news, and you know the deal. Heat map comes first. Bitcoin sitting at 56,611. ETH is 2382, while BNB's at 504. XRP's at 55 cents. Don't know we're going to be melting any faces there. Ton has got massive pressure as people have been selling off. Why? Because the market's all pumps and dumps, and I'm not talking about the name of my OnlyFans accounts. It's what the crypto market does. BTC and ETH ETFs are facing another day of outflows. If you don't like nasty numbers, plug your ears right now, because these are pretty disgusting. Bitcoin ETFs experienced 37 million in outflows on Wednesday, bringing its negative flow streak to 6 consecutive days. Jesus, that sucks ass. The SEC also postponed its decision on the 7 RCC spot Bitcoin and carbon credit futures until November. Meanwhile, Zurich Cantonal Bank launched 24/7 crypto trading and custody services. U.S. Federal Reserve also issued a cease and desist order to a Texas bank over governance and compliance issues. So there's a lot going on, but a lot of that stuff none of us give a shit about. But what do we do give a shit about? This is what's up on the screen. Markets speculate on the Fed rate cut size. Yes, size does matter, everyone. A weaker than expected level of job openings in the U.S. boosted expectations of a bigger rate cut by the Fed to revive the labor market. But the problem is, if the Fed cuts rates too soon, inflation could rear its ugly head. Overall sentiment remains cautious as markets wait for the weekly update on initial jobless claims and the monthly readings on services PMI due Thursday morning, as well as highly influential non-farm payrolls and unemployment data. That's right, there's a lot of macro information coming up. If there's anything that really is market moving, I will be sure to do a standalone video regarding that. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you like this kind of content, and let's continue. Wall Street futures are also trading close to flatline. European benchmarks are trading mostly negative, and Asian stock indices also traded on a mixed note. So what are the odds of the rate cut? Well, if you want to check it out, and if you want to check it out at any time of the day, everything you're seeing on the screen is linked in the description below. We've got a 61% chance that we're only going to get a 25 basis point hit. Okay, we're going to get a 39% chance for a 50 basis point hit. So we're pretty much guaranteed at least a 25, but are we going to get a 50? The market is looking at it this way, and don't worry, we've got the latest when it comes to the Ripple SEC appeal, and it's kind of funky, the details with that story. But the deal is this. If Jerome's got to cut at 50, we worry about him overcooking the turkey. That's right. If you have to now cut it back at 50, a lot of us are wondering, well, hey, dumbass, why didn't you just cut it back at 25 a few months ago when we were all saying you should? Because think, the Bank of Canada came out with 3 rate cuts. We've had Eurozone leaders out there with already 2 rate cuts. And here the United States is jerking its own meat with 0 cuts. Jerome, just like always, is behind the times. Now, the meeting is for September 18th. Don't worry, we're going to have a live stream regarding that. A lot of fun. Make sure you join us. So that's the rate cuts. Now, let's get into the Ripple SEC shit, because this is messy, okay? And there's some details in here that I need to share with you, and I think it's going to upset a lot of you, so please voice your frustration in the comments down below. Ripple versus the SEC update. Odds for an appeal have increased. Ooh, this is not good. We were doing good until this latest action happened. According to Rispoli, Ripple and the SEC have come to an agreement in which 111% of the monetary judgment will be held in trust. The trust is a precautionary measure and will ensure that the funds are available for payment and that the SEC doesn't appeal. So here's the deal with this, okay? Basically what Ripple said is, look, we don't want to pay your stupid fucking fine if you're going to come back and then file an appeal afterwards. So what we want to do is we want to put 111% of the 125 million in a trust. If you don't appeal, we'll gladly pay it out. And you get to collect interest. Now, doesn't that sound fucked up? Think about that. The SEC now is sitting there. Gary Gensler, Gare Bear, yeah, more bears. I know that's the whole deal with the theme of this video for the next few days. But Gare Bear is sitting there going, so wait a minute. You're going to give me more money than expected. I get to collect interest on it. And if I appeal, I get to take that money, screw you over, and go hang out lavishly. Yeah, that's what the deal is. Now, I get it from Ripple because Ripple's like, look, why would we pay you if you're just going to come after us again? And that's a mess because there's something that triggered this from Ripple right now. Something happened right now. And a lot of us out there in the know are thinking this has to do with Cam and the elections, right? The more chance the Democrats have of winning this election, the more brazen the SEC will become because they're not a political liability. So if Cam is sitting here and if her, people crunching the numbers are like, yo, girlfriend, you're not going to have to worry about losing the crypto vote. You're going to be winning votes from here, and here. Well, then she's going to be like, yo, Gare Bear, do whatever the hell you want and bend them MFers over. So yeah, not good news as Ripple is sitting here going, look, we're even going to pay you more than you said, but please don't appeal us. And I've got that tweet from Fred here up on the screen, so make sure you check it out when you get a chance. Now onto XRP price action. Hold on, let's rip on those Cardano bros because remember, I may have been the only influencer out there. Oh, nope, sorry, I'm a news channel where I bring you the news, good or bad, happy or sad. But I think I was the only news channel out there that told you anyone thinking you were going to make money on the Chang hard fork, you were fucking retarded. And you know what? I was right and those shillers were wrong. But let's get back to the XRP price action because that's why you're here. Well, you can see it up on the screen. It is not looking pretty at all. More negative price action for XRP. We zoom out to the 7 days, you see even more. Zoom out to the month and we're looking at this going, okay, we're in the green for the month. Well, yeah, because that's when we got the Torres resolution, right? We went from 50 cents, we jumped up to 64. We have now erased more than 60% of the gains from that news. I want you to think about that. The action from Torres now is continually getting pounded down next to nothing. Now, I brought up your comments in the beginning because, yes, you, the viewer, matters most. And the reason I brought up your comments in the beginning is because what Lars said. That's why I sold all my XRP and bought Ripple shares. Because it appears that the majority of the news right now in regards to Ripple, XRP, think about RLUSD, think of the XRP ETF stuff, which, hey, might be good for XRP, but we saw the ETH ETF hasn't done jack shit. So let's not look at that as something that's going to bring us good news. But the RLUSD news is definitely going to benefit Ripple private shareholders more so than XRP holders. Also got David Schwartz out there flip-flopping with the whole smart contract thing, which again doesn't benefit XRP, but again benefits Ripple and the company, and by proxy, Ripple private shareholders. So the news seems to be very dominated by Ripple private shareholder beneficiary. What is XRP getting? Right now, we're getting 55 cents, and Gare Bear is getting more than he asked for, and he gets to collect interest on that. So what are we getting? We're getting screwed, everyone. And that's what the deal is right now. We need macroeconomic conditions to improve. That's why we're looking at CME data regarding the Fed. And the markets right now are looking at that too. And we're looking at rates, right, coming down to hopefully boost the level of base price when it comes to our favorite risky assets out there in the crypto market. So until something big breaks, we're going to be facing some negative pressure for a while, and at least until the 18th of September. Now, in terms of the ETFs, outflows, and global markets not looking so hot, it all has to do with the idea that maybe, just maybe, some of the biggest economic powers out there kept monetary condition too tight for too long. Wow, that doesn't sound like too bad of a problem, does it? But the reality of the whole situation is this. Job reports are coming out soft, housing is still a problem, things are still expensive, and we are still worried about inflation rearing its ugly head. Now, I know a major concern from a lot of you out there is, bro, when is this news going to start benefiting XRP holders? And I am right there with you because seriously, Camp Ripple is doing a lot of things to help their private shareholders, but nothing in regards to XRP holders. And remember, their fiduciary duty is to their private shareholders. Ripple has no alliance whatsoever to XRP holders, only to its private shareholders. Now, in order to get better XRP price action, what are we going to do? Better economic conditions, money to be cheaper, right? If you want to gamble, if you want to do something stupid, it's a lot more fun to do something stupid with other people's money or with cheaper money, right? You don't want to go out there to the strip club and use your credit card. Hell no, you don't want to pay 20% on giving money for jumblies. No. You would rather go to the strip club and just use 5% APR. And that's why we need those rates to come down so that more people feel comfortable buying riskier assets like crypto. Now, in terms of the appeal with the SEC, I'm still on the side of, I honestly don't think the SEC is going to appeal. I really don't. I think there's bigger fish for them to fry. They're going after NFTs with OpenSea. They're having some custody things right now. Yeah, they just filed something in regards to FTX like a few days ago, so they're still unraveling that mess. And I think the SEC has something bigger up their sleeve, and I don't think it has to do with Ripple or XRP at all. And I bet you they're saving it right before the election to kind of squash the crypto bro vote. But I want to hear from you, as I'm actually in a proper cabin this time. No bears here. But I want to hear from you. What is it going to take to get XRP price to go up? And when are we finally going to get the action? Is it when that appeal window is over? Is that when XRP is going to move? Or is it when rates start coming down, down, down? By the way, been doing some market data before I went live here. And the market would be happy with 350 to 400 basis points within the next 12 to 18 months. So just kind of think about that in terms of rate cut wise, what we would be looking at. So if you're looking for some big purchases, it would make sense for you to wait, right? Now, what did I just say though? If you're looking to make a big purchase, waiting would be the right thing to do. If you're looking to invest in something risky, waiting would be the right thing to do, especially if you're a venture capitalist. Why? Because if you wait 12 to 18 months, you're going to be paying a hell of a lot less interest for things that are risky. Well, you know the deal. I've got a train later today, and I've also got a stretch. So while I stretch, I like reading your comments and then sharing them at the beginning of the video. So drop me a comment, let me know what your thoughts are, and I'll catch you cool cats later. And as always, choo choo bitches.